but some interviews will ask you like what type of operators are not allowed in enum. So what type of expressions are not allowed in enum is a good question. What type of operators not allowed in a enum is a tricky question. What type of expressions not allowed in a enum? Any expression that returns a boolean is not allowed, because any expression which allows which returns a number or a string are allowed. Anything else they return, it's not allowed, because constant can be either number or string. You can have an expression, but it cannot be a Boolean expression. Booleans can never be a constant, because Boolean needs to change from true, false. So if you say A greater than B, then it is not allowed. You have expression as constant, but Boolean expression cannot be a constant. It must be an expression that returns either number or string. So you can have this constant. So now if anyone asks what operators not allowed in a enum, you have answer for that, right? You have comparison operators, relational operators, because they return a Boolean. They are not allowed in that, right? So enum is a collection of constants. Sometimes you may see people saying it's a collection of numeric constants. That's wrong, because it can have string or a number or an expression. And how do you access enum? Simple. What we have to do, console log enum name status codes dot the key name. Suppose we are accessing not found. That means it will return the value. What is the value? 404. And the specialty is enum supports reverse mapping. Reverse mapping means through key you can access value, through value you can access key. It supports reverse mapping technique. Reverse mapping is nothing but through key you can access the value. For example, this is accessing the this is a binding expression. Yeah, we are accessing through key, we are accessing 404. Through value, we can access the key. How we can access the key through value is we can use status codes of 404. You can pass the value and it will return the key. It is going to return the key. So you can see that it is going to return that. Okay, so it is going to return that. So here we are having, so node index TSC, index.ts, and node index.js. It is going to return 404 and not found. That means through value, you can access the key, through key, you can access the value. That is the concept of enum. You can keep a set of constants. We can access and use those constants. If you want some fixed values, they don't change. Generally, sometimes in technologies, what we do when we create routes are something which we don't want to change. We will have a fixed routes. We don't want them to be modified with other values. Then we configure them as what? Constant. So we can define set of constants by using these enums. So that is one simple purpose of enum. So numeric constants auto implement. What will happen is, so a numeric constant increments the previous value and assigns to reference. So syntax enum name key value. Like this you can define. So enum it can have any expression that returns a number or string. So another point you can access value with reference of key. So name dot key. It supports reverse mapping, which allows to access key with reference of value. Syntax, so name of value. It will access the key. Right. So that is reverse mapping. This is a simple so example for that, how we can define enum. Okay. Next important after understanding enum. Now one more thing you should know. Already you know module. Module means keep all files separate, export, import. We learned in JavaScript, same we have used in our React also. But more higher than module system, one more concept is there. Here we use namespace. 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 We have the concept of namespace. Modules, already you know them. So namespace is another important. What is module? Create a separate file, export members, import and use them. All these things we have learned. Namespace is nothing but it is a collection. It is a collection of subname spaces and it is a collection of subname spaces and members like contracts, components, templates, functions, and values. It is a collection of subname spaces and members like contracts, components, templates, functions, and values. What is advantage is generally uh, it is used to build a library for high level projects. It is used to build a library for high level projects to reduce ambiguity. To reduce ambiguity. To reduce ambiguity. Ambiguity means same name confusions to avoid them. Already to do that, you have some aliasings and all. But at high level, to build libraries, these namespaces are required. In React, you will not use it, but I'm just giving an idea about this. Directly, you will not use much namespaces until or unless you are involved in building a library for React people. So you are a senior, you are involved in a job of building library for so application. Then you will build library by using what namespace. Actually, what is the concept is simple point I will explain. Suppose so we are having the project. So in the project, so we are having team A and we are having team B. These two teams are building some classes. So this builds a class one. These also build a class one. But team A is working for a different module. Team B is working for a different module, but their classes are same. They can be same because two different modules can have same name. For example, admin module have a login, user module also have a login. Admin have a dashboard, user also have a dashboard. That means now what is the problem? Lot of ambiguous issue will come. Suppose you are importing, so class one, so from team A, and you are importing, so class two, so from team B. Then you created an class one. This is from team B. Object, you created an object for class one. Then this is a problem. Why? Because it is confused whether it is team A class one or team B class. For this, what you learned in JavaScript, you learned aliasing. And we can reduce such lengthy aliasings and we can simplify by using a namespace. That means we can build a namespace based hierarchy which will reduce aliasing and it allows to access directly. We can reduce aliasing and we can access directly. That means what we can do is we can reduce aliasing and we can simply access like new team A class one. That looks better. This type of references are possible by using what namespace. That means you don't need much aliasing. It reduces. Aliasing is used, but you don't need much aliasing in general cases. That is the specialty of building a library with namespace. At higher level, we build libraries by using what namespace. By using namespace, we build the library. How usually we have a basic syntax here is we have namespace and parent. In this namespace, another namespace. So it will have a child. In this several levels, you can design like that. Now in this, for example, you have members. What members you can have? You can have contracts here. You can have what? Templates. You can have templates. You can have components. So you can have functions. And we can have what? Values. Values are variables now. Variables, functions, components, templates. Components means classes. Templates means abstract classes. Contracts means interfaces. You can have all these. What is advantage is you can access the components like this. Parent dot child dot contract name like this. That will make everything easy. So how to build a namespace based library? I will show you a small interaction. Because at higher level, all the libraries are built by using the technique. So namespace base libraries you see here. For that, infrastructure is important, and I will delete these files. Delete. Okay. Now what we are doing is we are creating a folder called library. In the library folder, and we have a app folder. So we are creating a library and app folder. In library, again, I have divisions like contracts. And in the library itself, I have templates. In the library itself, I have components. Means we plan to design a library, all contracts in one place, templates in one place, like that. Now in the app, you will have the file index.what.ts. That is the app. So it starts with index. All the library is defined here. So first, what happens in contracts? We will add a contract. This is product contract dot what ts. We will create a contract interface, a product contract, like this. Earlier in module system, what you used to do, we will put directly like this, and we will export now because we want to use in another location. But in a namespace system, we have to build in a different way. How we have to build is, first, if you are building a namespace based library, we have a namespace. Namespace name is project, that is parent. In this project, another namespace. This namespace name, you have to mark it as what? So this is templates, na? Not templates, it is contract. And in these contracts, we are creating a contract. That means we have an interface. Interface name is what? Product contract. And here we define the contract have a name, string type. It have a price, number type, quantity, that is number type. Total is a method, which is number type. Print is a method, which is void type. Now, very important, if you want to access outside, what you have to do? You have to mark this export. Remember, parent namespace doesn't need a export. Others need export. You should not give parent export because parent namespace is default exported. So what is advantage? They are by default marked as export. Other members we have to export. We have to export other members. Okay. Now we have a namespace project in that contracts in that what? Product contract. Okay, contract is ready. Let's go to template and we will add a template. What is it? Product template dot ts. In product template, what we have to do? So namespace, and this is a project. Project is the name of our main library. In that project namespace, again sub namespace, export namespace. This is what? Templates. In the templates, here we have to create a template. What is it? Abstract class, and the class name is what? Product template. What this product template have to do is, it should use the contract now. Yesterday we saw that everything in one file. This should implement the contract. Contract is in a separate file. How we do it is, in a namespaced system, if you want to import any library and use, you will not use import. For that, we have a /reference, /reference directive. This /reference directive will have a path. Path is equal to, here you have to define. Where is the contract you want to use? You have to import the contract. How do we import the contract? Currently we are in templates folder, dot dot slash. You have to go to library, because dot dot slash will come back, dot dot slash will come back to templates, and we have which folder? Contracts. In contracts folder, we are having, what is it? Product contract dot what ts. You have to import that. That means the library which is designed by using namespace is imported by using a reference directive. This is important. So what is another point here you need to know is namespace is imported from any module system using triple slash reference directive. We call it as directive, triple slash reference directive, using a triple slash reference directive. That means we have to use triple slash reference path is equal to dot dot slash folder and file dot ts. You have to import that. So namespace is imported from any module system like this. After that, what we do now, we can use the contract directly. We can use the contract directly. How it implements? What is the main namespace? Main namespace is project. In the project namespace, what we have? In the project namespace, we have contracts. In the contracts, what is the contract name? Product contract. We can directly write like this. Don't worry about errors. They are not errors, just warning. Right? So they will not have any issue. Later they will be resolved. Right? Why? Because recently implementing the contracts, they have changed with the latest version. They have changed a little bit about implementation. I will show them, but not required here. Observe carefully here. This is, if you have a lengthy hierarchy, there is another technique. Instead of doing all this, what you can do is you can put an alias name also. How you can put alias is we can import, we can import, and what is it? Product contract. Contract is equal to what is the parent? Project. In that project, what we have? Contracts. Like this you can define, and you can implement here directly what is it? Product contract. That's how we can do. Either you can write lengthy or you can put a shortcut name. This is called aliasing of namespace. If lengthy hierarchy of namespace are there, you can alias it. For aliasing, we have to use the statement called import. So what is another point you should know is, uh, this is how we access. That means parent, in that child, and in that some class or anything we can access like this, right? Any component we can access. So this is directly accessing a member. So what you can do is you can alias, you can alias, you can alias by using, you can alias by using one option, like what? You can alias by using import statement. Like you have import alias name is equal to parent, and in that what? Child. Like this you can define. Remember, alias cannot be cannot be for members. It is only for what? Namespace. Up to namespace you can alias. You cannot alias for a class or a contract. Alias can't be for members. Right, this is aliasing. Import alias name. Right. So here, this is the contract. And now you know how to implement this now. So yesterday we saw how do we implement this? How do we implement? We have a public. One is what? Name. It is a string type and it is initially empty. So we will have another public. This is price, which is number, and this is a number. And we have a public quantity is also a number. It is 0. And we have a abstract. So public. So what is the member? So we have public, abstract, and what is the member? Abstract, public. Yeah. What is the member? Is total. Na? Total is what type? Number. Another one, we have a public abstract, that is what? Print. Print is what type? Void. That's how we define the template. And make sure that you export this also. Export the template. All others need to be exported. Only the main namespace is not exported. Only the main namespace is not exported. Others are exported. We need to configure them. Okay, right. Next, now this is what template. We designed a template separately. Okay, next what we have to do, go to components and you create a new file. What is it? Product component dot what? TS. So namespace, what is the parent namespace? Project. In the parent namespace, we have export namespace. This is what? Components. In the components, we will create a class, export class, and the class name. Class name is what? Product component. This product component have to extend the template and implement all its features. So what we have to do here, we have to import now triple slash, what is it? Reference. And reference path is equal to dot slash, what is it? It is in templates. In templates, what is it? Product template dot what? TS. And what we have to do, this should a class should export na, not export, it should extends which template? Product template. We will give an alias name here. So import product template. How to import product template? What we have to do? Project. In that project we have what? Templates. From templates we have to import and we have to extend the product template. We have to extend product template. And according to product template, we need to implement all the features here. So name is some TV. So price is some number. And quantity is equal to some number. Total is a method. And according to that result, what it should do, it should return this dot quantity and into this dot price. And after that, we need a print method. What it has to do, console dot log. It should print a name, this dot name. It should print price. So this dot what? Price. It should print quantity. So this dot quantity and it should print total. And this dot what? Total. We need to print the total. Now this is done. Now your library is ready. Now this library can be used in your apps. So I will go to app index.js ts index.ts. In this app, we need to use the library. That means we have to import triple slash, what is it? Reference. Reference path is equal to dot dot slash library. In library, we have components. In components, which one? Product component dot what ts. We have to import that. Now simply we will create an object for that product component. But you need to import now. So we can directly use import. I will use product component is equal to, it comes from where? Project. In project what? Components. So we will create an object for new, what is it? Product component. And through that object, we can access which method? Print. This is simply what we use in our projects. In our app, we use this, but behind this, a lot of libraries built. Just like you used use state, you used like use effects. Everything is built like this. Everything is built like this. A lot of hierarchy is present behind that. You are just using use state, but actually it is built using this complete hierarchy. You can observe that. First, I will show you how to run this. Now, which one I have to run? You have to run this index.ts. Recently, they changed the syntax to run this. What we have to do is tsc hyphen out file. Out file. Out file because we have to extract all the files code and put it in one file. And what is that file? Index.js. Index.js. We have to put in index.js, from where we have to bring. We have to bring from index.ts. Understood? Now what will happen? In index.ts, whatever the out file is present, so code is present, it is extracted and it is copied into JS. If I don't do that, if you simply run tsc index.ts, what will happen is it will run only these lines. It will compile only these lines. Then what will happen is the code inside this reference is not extracted, then automatically it will fail. It will compile only these. I will show you that also. Let's see. Let's compile only this index.js file, index.ts. How we will use? No, tsc, what is it? Index.ts. So it is compiling that, and it is saying it is not here because it is in app folder na. So tsc in app folder slash, what is it? Index.ts. It is in index.ts. Enter. It is going to compile it. It is showing some error. No problem. You can see JS file also created now. But observe the JS file. When you observe the JS file, you will see that the JS file have extracted only 3 lines. If JS file is extracting 3 lines, the code from this file is not extracted, then this component will not work. You try to run that and see here. I will say node index.what.js. I'm using node index.js. It says it is unable to execute. Cannot find module. Sorry, here we will use app. In app, what is it? Index.js. And it says that product component is not found. Why? Because it is unable to extract the code. Okay, let's do one thing. Close the JS file. Let extract all the code at once. How to do? tsc hyphen, what is it? Out file. Out file in app index.what.js, and in app what is it? Index.what.ts. And when you hit enter, it is compiling everything again. No problem. Now you observe the code once. You go to the index.js, you see everything is extracted here. Now you run index.js. What is it? Node index.what.js. It is going to, sorry, index.js is not here. It is in which folder? App. And it is going to execute that and show that and it is showing some constructor problem. Index.js extension problem is there. What is that extension problem? And check all are imported or not properly. Product contract is having export. And here product contract this is project. In project we have contracts, implements the product contract. This is fine. Let's go to the components. In the product component, so we have to import project templates. So it is having everything implementation is correct. We will go into app folder directly, node index dot what js. Class is extending a value, not a constructor. Where the problem, I think component creation have problem in app. Acha, this is importing. This is wrong. It is not directly product component. In the component, we need to use a file. Na? That means this is having a class called component. So in the components, which one is there? We have what? Product component. So this is actually components reference only. Huh? Everywhere we are having reference only. Na? The contract is not implemented. This is just reference only. So we will do one thing. Here in the template, in the contracts, we will implement what is that product contract. Otherwise, you have to just access the reference name contract dot product contract. We have to access that. Huh? So you imported product contract, then we can use it, because actually what we are importing only namespace. We are not importing this. Without importing, we are assigning. So that is the problem. Okay, let's go to the components. Here also what we have to do. Here we have to import what? Product template. Okay, in app also what we have to do? We have to import product component, because this is the class name. Na? We have to create an object for that class. Okay, let's compile one more time. Because I imported only up to namespace, not the file, right? Okay, so now what is it? TSC hyphen what? Out file. What is it? Index.js, index.ts. Because I am already in app folder, no problem. So enter, it is created now. Now we will run this. What is it? Node. What is it? Index.js. It will get the code and it will display. So everything is working fine. So this is a high level module system. So this we will not use, but just need to have an idea how the libraries are built at higher level. Because when you see the project, you can see the project is designed in this way. Let's observe our existing React app. And you can see that in that, for example, we have use state. right click on use state, go to definition. You can see use state is a function, but it is under a namespace React. Am I right? It is under that namespace called React. So we are using that React, and you see reference directive it is using, and it is importing all as alias from that particular type. So these libraries are completely built by using this namespace technique, So you need to know that process here. So to show you that how the libraries are built, I'm showing you this concept. Okay. Now here I will give the code for those files. So how do we write the code? So here we are actually importing the members. Here we will import the members. This point we will remove this, because directly we cannot import it. Okay, that means this is child, and one more point is there. What is it? Member. So this is the member, and how do we access this? By using alias name, you can access the member. So alias name, so here refers to member of, refers to member of namespace. It refers to member of namespace. That's the point. Example I will give. I will copy this code example. You can try. So in this, what we have done, we have a library folder. In the library folder, we have contracts. In that, what is it? Product contract dot what? TS. That is the code. Okay, I will copy product contract dot TS code. Okay, the second one is another one. We have a library. In that, what? Templates. Product templates dot what? TS. I will implement the product template. That's the code. Third, we have library, and we have components. In that, product component. So product component dot what? TS. I will import the product component. And next one, we have app folder. In this, index dot what? TS. This is index dot TS in app. And in the latest version, they made one change in importing and compiling. What is the changes? Earlier, we have a different method. What you have to do now is create an out file. So in latest version, how we do is we have to use TSC. So in app folder, we have TSC hyphen out file. In app, you are having index.js, and in app index.ts. And after that, node index.js. That's how it works. Keep watching for changes. Sometimes they may change little bit. So earlier, the command was not directly out file. They changed this from the version 4. Currently, TypeScript version is 5. So these are all the points you need to know about TypeScript. So whatever you learned, this is enough even to handle TypeScript at Angular level, because there they use classes. Here we don't use classes. In React, we completely depend on what? Function. If you have good knowledge on functions and data types, and we learned about the concept of what union of types generics. These three are important. Data types, functions, and generics are required for building an app by using React. Now see how to build a React application by using TypeScript as language. Are there any changes? What changes are there? You will understand. Majority you will not find much changes, but few I will tell you here. So what we have to do, React TypeScript app. How to build a React TypeScript application. React TypeScript application. How to build React TypeScript. You can use the same Vite bundler. What we have to do. So run the following command in your command prompt or terminal. What is the command? npm create. So Vite at the net what? Latest. And I will give the name React TS app, some name. Any name we can give, React TS app. So let's see here. I will open this location. I will open my project location, means my folder. Suppose I have my documents. In that I have some class projects. Okay, in this class projects, this is the class projects main folder. I will create in the terminal. We will run the command. Okay, here what is the command? npm create Vite at the net of latest and React TS app. I'm giving React TS app. Okay, now enter. You know, proceed, yes. And here, what is the framework? React. And what is the language? TypeScript. Variant is TypeScript. And enter. So do you want beta? No, beta is an experimental. Then you will face issues. I think they have recently released one new version. I already warned you, na? So while creating it, while learning itself, I warned you that by the time you finish React, you may get a new version, right? But this is the version newly added for Vite bundler. We don't want to experiment on this, so we will say no. And yes, install. It is going to set up all the library for you. So this is how to install, create one app. So the same thing, what you have to do, framework, you have to select React and what variant, you have to select TypeScript. That's enough. And after that, it will set up everything for you. Now, same thing, what you have to do, open project folder in VS Code and run the application. Uh, Run the application. Application is same, npm run dev, same, no change. Automatically it going to execute. But some changes you will find in the file system. What are changes in file system? Few changes we need to observe. So you see it is ready. I will stop this. I will close and open the folder. Open folder. And in our class projects, I have React TS app. Okay, this is the folder. And what's new you will find here? There is nothing new. Only one new you will find here is what? tsconfig.json. This already I told you, na? But here we have ts app config, ts config. Ts app config is for configuration settings for React app. And ts config is for configuration setting for TypeScript. TypeScript language rules and all we can mention. Node config is nothing but it is for compiler because it needs a compiler to compile, and you need a node compiler. Na? We are using node compiler. These three files are extra. All others already we know. So we have node modules, public, src, git ignore, all are same. There is no change in that. Only three new things you will see. So what are the new things? That means new file system comprises of TypeScript configuration files. One is tsconfig.app.json. tsconfig.json. tsconfig.node.json. This is application app configuration for React environment. This is TypeScript rules. Lint, you know what is lint? Language analysis tool. Na? And this is compiler configuration. These are the new files we are having. Yeah, one important, I received some request from your feedbacks. So one request is somebody asking the font size of notes need, they want little bit clean. They want little bit better font size. All the school kids, please stay away, right? So you cannot format your notes, then better quit software development. What is that? It's like joke. I can't show people laughing, but actually people are laughing. I can't show them that all are laughing at this statement. I received a feedback from that notes is not properly arranged. Now come here, I will arrange and send you. What is this? These are all school kids, like, right? These are all Python kids, I think, because these Python kids immediately rise from schools, colleges, and come to learn. So such school Python kids all little bit get matured. Uh, if I have to format the notes and give to you, then what you will do? Uh, right? I am uploading the notes in a perfect way. What you are learning, I think this notes is very perfect and enough at any level. If you want me to put red, green colors, font sizes, and create one PDF for you and give it to you, then take it easy. I am not going to do that. Uh, So another request I received that somebody means these are all irregular students. They don't properly attend the batches. And somebody have given a feedback that we want one application live to be shown inside classroom. What is to do application? I don't understand. What is to do application? I don't understand what is that. Uh, Right. So what is it to do application? I showed you design, development level, production level, what changes we need to make in that. Right. In class only I done. Somewhere else I done and showed here. Then all these sleeping people, people who are dead, suddenly alive, right? From the grave, they raise up and come back to classes. And I don't know what they are talking about. We are not sure, right? So, because I need to tell, because this will become a review in Google, somebody will review on me saying that, so I am not giving notes properly. What does it means? Usually a person who watches on Google, what he will see, he is not giving notes properly. But what this kid wants, format. Seriously, no? Anyhow, we don't care about all these things because see, from 25 years I'm teaching here. So what do you think? Your feedback is new to me, right? It doesn't matter because everybody outside the world knows the caliber of me and they know what type of content I give in notes, right? And people wait for 5 6 months for my batch and they join my batch, right? So in that case, these are all school kids. I told you na Java, Python kids will come immediately after college, little bit immature. They want spoon feeding, mouth, open mouth. Yes. Opened. Now I will put a spoon in your mouth, eat, right? These kind of Cerlac people, they cannot survive. At this level, if you want like spoon feeding, then you can't survive as a software developer. Little bit grow, become matured little bit, right? Why? Because these matters. What usually people think, I'm not giving notes properly. Uh, and somebody said that, sir, you are not teaching any online coding in class. So what I am doing, daily coming and showing some movie to you. I don't understand that. What these people are talking about. Little bit get matured. uh, Yeah. Because these matters little bit, right? So anyhow, now we will see the concept here. So this is what we have, public src, all these configuration files are new. It is not going to make much difference. And remember, these configurations are settings and rules for TypeScript. Rules for TypeScript. And what is the key point here? What's new you will find is instead of JSX, you will find TSX. So what are the new things you should know is here, configuring files, configuring files. So dot .tsx, for which purpose you will use? For components and for hooks, right? For components, hooks, we will use what? TSX. What else separately we maintained? Components means both controlled and uncontrolled. Na? Uncontrolled components and hooks, they are designed by using TSX. We will put them using TSX. So obviously the main also will be in TSX. Na? Main is also in TSX. And obviously store will be in TSX. When we are using Redux, store.tsx, slicer. Na? We learned Redux toolkit with slicer store. They will be in which extension? .tsx. When to use .ts is, suppose when you are creating a contract. So if you are creating a contract, not TSX, it should be only TS. And if you are creating somewhat components, so means this is for implemented components. That means we say templates. Na? Suppose you created a template and you are implementing, but that is only for classes and all. Otherwise, you don't need that. So for contracts, use TS, and for TypeScript, we use TSX, JSX instead of JSX. And what surprising you will find is you will not see anybody writing data types. How without data type? For example, you see you created a function. So the function name is login, and the login is a component. But according to JavaScript rules, it uh, it needs means according to TypeScript rules, it needs a data type. Na, what should be the data type? Because here login should return a component. It should return a JSX element. That means its return type must be JSX element. Understood? But you will not see anybody writing that. Why you will not see anybody writing that? Because when you say automatically return and you put some div into it, automatically it becomes what? JSX. That's the reason you will not find people writing the types here. Just you have to define normal. You have to define normal, right? Usually this is the concept. So I will show you. We have a src folder. In src folder, we have app.tsx. In that app.tsx, you can see there is no type defined. There is no type defined, simply function app, but its data type is JSX element. It is an JSX element. You don't need to mention them, and you will see there is no change. You will not see any change. You will not see any change, and they are using simple import only. That means they are not using namespace based library. If it is namespace based library, what will happen? It will have /references, /references, right? Usually this is the general import technique of module. There is no change. How to deal with all the libraries? You can see main dot also same na. You will not find any much, right? You will not find any much difference here. And how to create our components? I will show you. So what is new here is, the new is, if reusability concerns are there, create reusable contracts and use them and implement them and in your application. For example, let's see what is new thing. One important you should know is here JSX dot element, right? Now here, what are the new things you should know is, so first option, state. So TypeScript use state is generic type. TypeScript use state is generic type. It requires a data type to configure. It requires a data type to configure. So what is the syntax here is, we have a same constant getter and we have a setter. Use state, you have to mention the type. And according to that, the data must be inside. That's the new thing here. So rest of everything is same. State is defined like this. And one more point is there. While accessing, you can access the values directly. You can access the values directly from state. You can access the values directly from state. if they if if it contains initialization, if it contains initialization, you can access the values directly from state if it contains initialization. If not initialized, then you have to use optional chaining technique. Optional chaining technique. Optional chaining technique. Optional chaining means we already learnt. See the point here. Suppose we have constant. Suppose this is products is equal to use state. And here I defined a product contract and it is an array type, right? Then I am initializing an array. If I am initializing an array, how we can access directly products dot map? We can access like this. This is okay. There is no problem. But if initialization is not there, constant, suppose we have products, use state, it is using what type? Product contract, and it is not initializing anything. No initializer, then what happens is whenever you are accessing here, whenever you are accessing products, you have to put a question mark dot map. Why? Because it is currently nullable na? Because you haven't initialized. If you don't initialize, it will treat it as null. So then you have to define like this, otherwise it will show an error. This one change you will find everywhere. If you are initializing, you don't need that, because we know that it is an having an array. Here we don't know, array will come dynamically. Then we have to map through this question mark. So you have to define this. This is one additional thing you have to do. One more important point is here. So this is related to state. This is related to state and contracts. One new thing about contracts is actually in module system, importing contract requires type from latest versions. Earlier we don't need this. Earlier, even our people who learned React with TypeScript earlier, they don't use this, but now they made it mandatory. That means what you do generally, we have import what? So contract name from the module. We have to import the contract name from module. This is old technique. Earlier we used to do like this. Now it is not supported. Now what they are asking is import type contract name and from module. This is the new technique. This is new technique. New and valid in latest. It is new and valid in latest. So they made some changes into contract importing. You have to import any contract as what type. If it is not a contract, then you can directly import. If it is an ordinary class, you can directly import. If it is a contract, you have to do like this. We need to define. So that is important. So how do we define? So this is the module system and we are importing the module system. Then one concept is this. And remember, libraries. So what is about libraries? All third party libraries are same. No change in them. That means whatever you used Axios, you used like what Formic, you are using a hook form, or you are using MUI, material UI na, it's also same, no change, right? And so many we learned about cookies, huh? React cookie, all so, and Redux libraries. Redux Redux is also same. All these are same. All third party libraries, whatever you used in the same way you have to use. Now, actually, while writing TypeScript, just forget about that you are using TypeScript. Just write in the same way how you written in JavaScript. Only the point is wherever you need some reusability, so you better use contracts. Define a contract and use the contract. I will show you that here. Simple concept I will show. Let's see. Suppose in this project, bootstrap, everything same. Huh? I will put here. Let's see one small point I will explain here. What is it? So we will install npm install what? Axios. Temporarily I'm implementing install Axios and save. Okay. I'm installing Axios and let's go here. In SRC, I'm creating a new folder, components. In that, I will create another folder, data binding. And here I will add a new file, data binding dot what? TSX. It should be TSX now, TypeScript file. Now, what you do, same thing. So export function, so data binding, there is no change. And here we return a simple container and we will put a heading like what? Products. Now I want to load all the products from fake store. Then generally what we do here, we will create a contract. We will maintain separately. How we can maintain in SRC, put a folder called what? Contracts. In that I will put a fake store contract dot what? TS. For contracts, use TS file and export interface. It is an fake store contract. Am I right? In this, what you need, ID is a number type. ID is a number, title is a string type. Sorry, here we have to give data type. Na? It's a number type. Title is a string type. Price is what type? Number type. Description is also a string. It is also a string. And we have what? Image is also a string. We have a rating is a object, rate is a number, and the count is a number. And we have category. Category is also string. That's how we define. Once you configure this, now I want to use this contract in data binding. So how do we do here? We have to use a constant. We have products, and what? Set products is equal to use state. This time here we have to mention generic type. I am expecting what type? Product contract type. Product contract type, but we have to import na. Yeah, first we will import this here. First I will show you a simple one. Yeah, how to import this. Now you see I'm using import. What to import? Type as what? Product contract from which location? Dot slash. It is again dot slash. It is in which one? Contracts, fake store contract. Here we have to define. We need to define. This is not product contract. Which contract? fake store contract. Fake store contract we have to import from here. That's fine. We have to import from there. Now here we need to use which type? The fake store contract type. We have to use fake store contract type. It is returning array na? Generic means it is array. And you see I am not initializing. I am not initializing, but no problem. So here what you do? Use effect. Our use effect, everything, no change. It is same. Now what we will do? Axios, Axios dot which method get. So https://fake store api.com/what products dot then what we have to do? Response and we have set products is what? Response dot data. Okay, now you can see we want to access the products. You see here we are not initializing now. And observe carefully when I am trying to use the products and dot, what is it? Map. It will put a question mark automatically. It will put a question mark automatically because it is a nullable. And you see we need to read every product, and for every product we will create temporarily some paragraph and we will put a key. The product contains the product ID na? They are no strongly typed. Product dot what? Title. And observe carefully, if I remove question mark, it shows error. And see that here, if I make it initialized with array type, now there is no problem. Understood? That means when you initialize, there is no issue. If you don't initialize, then you have to put by using question mark. You have to access through this optional chaining because it says that it may be nullable, right? And how to make it in the startup? So we have to go where? main.tsx and we will make this in the startup. What is it? Data binding. It is in the startup. And unnecessary ones, ignore, delete because I am not using app here. Okay, now you see run is same. npm run what? Dev. It starts your application and it gets the data and display. All the data is coming. Actually, here you need some style to define. So here we have to define some style, and style is an object. Some padding is having some 20 pixel. Just I will give the data here. It is there. So what difference you find here is about dealing with this data. That's only the change you will find. Rest of everything is same. Now we will do one thing. We will build a small application, or we can replace the same to-do application with the help of TypeScript, or I will take a new application. I will show an end-to-end application how it can be done. But this time I will help only 20-30%. Rest you have to do. Understood? Already we done to-do application. We designed complete end-to-end. This time I will show with some database and all. You will understand how to. But teaching database server-side technology is not my job. That you have to learn in your backend technologies, how to create APIs and all. Here I will just show you integration, how it works. So that we'll see in tomorrow's session. Tomorrow we will build one app with the TypeScript. Okay, right. Yeah.